Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning, campers. It's actually not morning, but usually this is a lot earlier than we normally record.
Yeah, this feels like morning.
For you, I'm sure, because you were out last night. I saw.
Last night.
I know you
was
were.
out late last night.
You posted it Be Real, and I commented on it. Little Miss hungover for the pod tomorrow.
Little Miss stayed in bed till like 10:30.
Well, it's for legal purposes. If you're Mike's employer, that was a joke. He didn't mean that. He was kidding.
It's true. It's true. You meant 9:30.
9:30. Yeah. No, for sure. So what's new? How's things?
Well, we're finally in our Renaissance era.
We are in our Renaissance era.
So that's my big life.
And you know what?
update.
I'm happy for you. You deserve this.
I love it. Have you listened?
Yes, of course I have.
What are your favorite?
I don't know. I want to hear yours first because I don't want to be wrong. So
I don't think there's any wrong answer. I think they're all.
I'm not gay, so this album isn't for me. Like I just am appreciating it for the art that it is.
Yeah, like it's definitely.
But it's for the gays.
Yeah, it's definitely a girls and the gays album. I think this is like
something fun, something for the summertime, something for the girls to get ready to.
Her Grammy album.
Oh, I hope so too.
I do. I think it's the most mainstream she's put out in a really long time.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
That I think it'll have like the radio numbers behind it. Hopefully.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, even just Break My Soul, I feel like every time I turn on the radio, it's like, you won't break my soul, which
it's so
I'm not complaining
good.
because it is so good.
So good.
That's how I feel about going back to school in the fall. Like, you won't break my soul.
And it's coming quick.
No, I can't talk about it. I'm actually not.
It's quick.
Not in the headspace yet.
Are you before or after Labor Day?
After, thank God.
Oh, good.
So September 1st, I'll be talking about school. Until then, I will be enjoying what's left of my summer. My grad school class ends tomorrow, and then I'll just be vibing. But for the record, we got a lot of feedback about the pillows. I took the tags off the pillows. I am sorry that I left the tags on.
Tags are off. We're legitimate around here. Mm-hmm.
And we take feedback very seriously.
Yes, all constructive criticism.
Yeah.
We appreciate.
Yeah, in the episode, I think it was not last week, but the week before. In the episode, I had a bump in my hair, and I turned on the YouTube, and I was like, I had to turn it off because it just made me so mad to look at this one bump in my hair for like 2 hours. I was like...
Turned on the YouTube.
I did. I turned on the YouTubes. I turned up on the YouTubes.
And then, so Beyonce was my big weekend update. I finally booked movers for my move.
Yay! A Dorchester boy.
To Dorchester. So
I'm happy for you. That's going to be really great.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
It's going to be great for the pod because maybe I'll be on time.
I've been on time. We're going to leave out the fact that I was early last week. We've only done
one time.
Twice. I was on time the week prior.
Okay. But you know what? Hey, if your only real character flaw is that you're late for everything, then, you know, whatever.
That's true.
Could be worse. Could be better, but it could be worse.
I'm more punctual when there's like a pool or beach trip involved.
Yeah,
like that's when like I'm in your car, front seat, buckled up with coffee, like 7:30.
Yeah. How else? There's no other way to beach. And people who don't understand that are not the kind of people that I want to beach with.
No, like we're just not cut from the same cloth. Like beach day, you were like, it's not we leave by 9. I'm already
on the beach
set
at 9.
up. I'm ready by 9 a.m.
And I'm not leaving a moment before 5.
So I can do the late beach. I'm
love the
more
late beach.
of like I'm down to go at like 2:45, 3 o'clock.
Yeah, so you're like an 8 to 3.
Yeah.
I'm like an 8:45, 9 to 5. Like it's a full-time job and it's extremely tiring.
No, being in the sun is literally exhausting. But my favorite,
in the best way.
My favorite reason to go to the beach is for the shower after the beach. That is like why I go.
There is nothing on this planet like an outdoor shower after the beach.
No, oh my God, no. My aunt on the Cape, like that was my favorite part, was like going in her outdoor shower.
It is the best part. I had a friend when I did the Disney College program, actually, who had never seen the ocean before. And I just think about that all the time. Like there are so many people who have never seen the ocean.
I know. No, it's crazy. It is crazy.
It's so wild. We're so, and maybe it's just like, I don't know what it is about me. I'm a very sentimental person anyways, but I really have been very like, every time I go down the Cape, I'm like, wow, like I'm so blessed for this life that I live in. I know it sounds like I'm being sarcastic.
This summer I turned pretty impact.
No, like it is. I'm like feeling so eternally grateful and like, when will we have this again?
Yeah, well, because like I feel like New England in the summer is so like
idyllic.
It's like such like a trope for people. Like we want that, and it's like. I take it for granted, kind of like all those field trips when you like go to like
Plymouth Plantation.
Yeah, Plymouth Plantation.
Plymouth Rock.
Do the Freedom Trail. I'm like, people like literally that's their summer vacation to come walk on cobblestone in like 90-degree heat and eat clam chowder.
Yeah, could not be me, but like happy for them.
Like I'd rather do that in like March,
right?
Like in 8th grade, like a normal person.
Yeah, that was the best time to go. Everybody knows that. So true. But yeah, so I'm happy for you with the Beyonce of it all. And that's actually our first topic, if you want to dive on in.
Yeah. So
And we waited to talk about this because I wanted to get Mike's authentic reaction here on the pod. I
love it. Like, for me, like, I can confidently say, like, there are no skips. Like, I'll say no skips, but, like, there are a couple I skip. You know, like, I'm just going to bounce over this one. Like, this.
Like, you'll listen to it, but in the moment, you're like, no, I'm not in the mood for this right now.
This album, truly, like, just, it's art. It flows. I don't even know.
The transitions alone.
The transitions going from, like, Cuff It to Energy to Break My Soul, and then...
Well, like, if you're listening to this album on shuffle, like, what are you doing?
You're not. It's a total disservice to Beyonce and to yourself.
Beyonce? You look like Luther Vandross.
I can't.
But no, it is. It really is art, and the conversation surrounding it is so good. Like, everything I'm hearing is just... Yeah. It's amazing.
No, I'm really
I'm not even a club girl, but like it really makes me just want to like shake my little bum in a club.
No, it really is just so good. I'm so happy for her, happy for me. I'm happy for everyone who's had to wait for an album without Jay-Z on it. It's just been
so true. Oh my God, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Oh yeah, like this, like everything else, like was like another On the Run. It was The Lion King. Like it wasn't Beyonce.
Right.
This is like Beyonce. And I'm so excited.
No, I totally agree. And the line about Jay-Z's face really sealed it for me. I love that.
Yeah, the whole thing's so good.
And then we have to talk about the elephant in the room when it comes to the album, which was, well, two things. One was the taking Kellis off the album.
Bye.
And she was like snatched the Grammy right out of Kellis's hands. Removed the writing credits, like everything. So if you don't know what we're talking about, Kellis was featured on. Well, like she wasn't even featured. It was like the drum beat
snippet of like.
She sampled her song.
And like here's another thing, like some articles are saying it's Milkshake, and then the other articles are saying it's like Break Down the Energy or something like that from like 1999. Like, baby, if we can't tell which song it is, like,
right, then who even cares?
It doesn't matter.
Right.
It like does not matter.
So this says it was Milkshake.
Yep.
From the song Energy after criticism. So Kellis said that she wasn't informed that an interpolation of her 2003 hit would appear on Beyonce's 7th studio album, Renaissance. Beyonce removed it from the song, from the track Energy.
It doesn't even make a difference. You don't even know. It's off of all streaming now.
And Kellis said in a series of Instagram posts last week that she wasn't told that her song would be used on Beyonce's new album. She also accused her former producers, Pharrell and Chad Hugo, as well, of thievery, quote unquote. That is a direct quote. So she took it out. She said, fine, and I'll take, and Beyonce used it, but she also gave Kellis credit, like writing credit.
She didn't like need to do that.
It was not a plagiarism moment. Like she was, whatever.
Yeah, crazy.
And Kellis like went off about it. And then I don't know if you saw this, but I was reading this morning that Beyonce also changed one of the lyrics that had controversy over it. The same one that Lizzo had. We're not going to say it on here, but if you're interested, you could just Google it. But there was controversy over a word that was used in one of her songs on the album, and it had recently been used in a song by Lizzo, and Lizzo decided to change it. So after the backlash, Beyonce did change it. which is fine. Everybody's happy about that. And then while we're at it, Monica Lewinsky, did you see this?
Oh my God, yeah, please.
Monica Lewinsky said that she wanted her name taken out of Partition.
And that can't happen. It's like one of the best lines of the whole song.
It's just like, it's a pop culture, like that whole moment, what happened with Monica Lewinsky, like, was awful, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's a pop culture moment. Like, there's so many worse pop culture
you're
references.
gonna be mad about it in the song and then make a show with Ryan Murphy about it?
Right.
Like, you can't do both.
No.
You can't do both.
You can't have it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. But it said, this article said that Lewinsky said, while we're at it, #Partition, who became an anti-bullying advocate following her widely publicized affair in the 1990s with then President Bill Clinton when she was her intern. When a Twitter user inquired if Lewinsky reached out to Beyonce about Partition before the singer's recent controversy, Lewinsky conceded that she hadn't. I did mention it in the first Vanity Fair article I wrote in 2014, which is the first public thing I'd done in 10 years. Lewinsky added, but you make a fair point. Yeah, that's true. I mean, where was the outrage before Monica Lewinsky?
Yeah, like now you have it in 2022?
Yeah, of course.
No. Sorry.
The blanket's pissing me off today. It's
I know,
not
the
you.
blanket is not cooperating.
If you're just listening, there's a blanket behind us and it keeps falling, so whatever. Anyways, so that's that.
Yeah.
So that's
We'll report
that.
back when the visual album drops.
Oh, that's going to be just an absolute piece of art.
Can't wait.
All right, and moving on. So now let's talk about another thing that's been all up in the news lately, the celebrity jet climate crisis. So there has been a big outpouring lately for celebrities' use of private jets, saying that it is a quote-unquote climate nightmare. And apparently Taylor Swift's plane was identified by this report that came out about biggest celebrity, jet usage.
Did you see the headline that said, "I don't know about you, but I'm feeling CO2"?
No, but that's so funny. I mean, it's not funny for the planet. It's funny, like... Go ahead.
Yes, I get it. We have so many other things that, like, I feel like we need to have a conversation about before we can tackle celebrity private jets.
Yeah, I agree. Like, billionaires, corporations, things like that. But I definitely think this is on the list of things that, like, needs to be addressed. But also, the thing that just pisses me off is it's like, Kylie Jenner's like 1 7-minute plane ride or whatever, like erases every reusable straw I've ever used. And that pisses me off because I hate paper straws. Like,
yeah.
Like, reduce your jet usage and then maybe I could have a regular straw. Sorry, I got a little fired up about it. But anyways, Taylor Swift's plane was identified by the report as the biggest celebrity CO2 polluter this year so far, racking up over 170 flights since January, with emissions totaling more. Oh my God, you're actually going to die at this number. This number is crazy. With emissions totaling more than 8,293 tons.
So,
that's actually a lot.
That does sound like a lot. I heard she rents the jet out when she doesn't use it, though. Like, I don't think these are all her.
No, and that was her spokesperson's comment. They said Taylor's jet is loaned out regularly to other individuals. To attribute most or all of these trips to her is blatantly incorrect. Like, baby, it's still your plane, though. But I have to say, I have something controversial to say, and the Swifties are going to come for me. I would not consider myself a Swiftie. Would you?
I would say I'm not a Swiftie, but I'm not the Swiftie I once was.
Okay, yeah, no, I agree with that. Like, after, what came after Lover? Reputation?
Reputation was after Lover. We were supposed to have Lover Fest, then COVID happened. So you're talking about Folklore, Evermore.
Yeah, I couldn't care about either one of those out. I don't think I've listened to a single song on it.
I only play August every August.
So that's what I was just going to say. Everything that I've learned about the song August, I've learned against my will via Twitter and people's Instagram stories. And it's like salt in the air or whatever. Like, I can't even. I don't care.
Salt air rest on your door.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, she lost me after Lover. Reputation, like whatever, but she lost me after Lover. Those two albums just.
I loved Lover.
No, I liked Lover.
Oh,
I said
yeah.
she lost me after Lover with
yeah.
Everlore and Evermore.
Yeah, those are like her
What is
little
it?
COVID projects. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like that's like not. Like, I feel like.
You feel like that's not a controversial take?
No.
Okay. That makes me feel better.
Well, I guess it's controversial in the way that like this is like we talked about it, like Folklore and Evermore, like lyrically some of her best work.
Yeah. And that's fine. And I'll give that to her. Mm-hmm. But they just don't do it for me.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
It's very
with all due respect.
rainy day vibes.
Yeah. With all due respect. But she also had she pissed me off recently when she like did an original song for the Crawdads movie when like there was very clearly a ton of controversy around it. And she basically said like, I don't care about your controversy. I'm doing this anyways. So.
Yeah, I don't think I know the controversy.
Oh, okay. I'll explain to you. So, if you've ever read the book Where the Crawdads Sing, first of all, like there will be spoilers ahead, so just deal with that. So if you don't want any spoilers for Where the Crawdads Sing, now would be the time to turn this off and resume in like 5 minutes. So Where the Crawdads Sing blew up a couple years ago because this author, her name's Delia Owens, wrote this book. Basically, I read it when it first came out because everybody was talking about it, and I don't like to have FOMO.
Like, I feel like it came out at the same time as Evelyn Hugo.
Yes,
no?
it did.
Okay,
yeah, it was around the same time.
Because I remember I read that instead of that.
Yeah, well, Evelyn Hugo is
Yeah.
one of the best books. It's actually my favorite book of all time. So this book obviously was dull in comparison.
It was a BBC pick, right?
Yeah. Which reminds us, shout out to the Bad Bitch Book Club, because I was in one of the groups, the subgroups that we're in. The Bad Bitch Book Club is our book club that we're in.
That's how we know
it's
each
actually
other.
how we met. Yeah, it's through book club.
That's our origin story.
It is. So our friend Mackenzie said you two would vibe really well together, and we did. And here we are. So... but anyways, the Bad Bitch Book Club is a book club. That's how we met. And they were talking about us. And the other day, somebody was asking for podcast recommendations. And somebody was like, oh my God, Talk of the Townies, Mike and Abby. Like, I love this pod. And I was like,
I didn't even know
thanks,
that.
girlies.
I love that.
So shout out to our friends in the BBBC. We love you guys. But anyways, so Where the Crawdads Sing was this big, massive novel that was #1 for so long.
Because Reese Witherspoon, didn't she love it?
Yeah, I think it was a Reese's Book Club pick eventually. And then, but the book, I'm going to be completely honest with you. Even when I read it, I thought this is overhyped. And this is coming from somebody who reads a lot. But I was like, there was so much about like the marshlands and like what the marsh life was like. And like, respectfully, I don't fucking care. I didn't care about the marshes of North Carolina. It didn't matter to me. Like, the mollusks and the ABCs and whatever. It's just stupid. So I was like, I'm over this. But anyways, and then I just found the whole book like extremely unrealistic when they were trying to make it be realistic fiction. Like it just felt like there was no way that any of this could have actually happened. So that's that. And then basically Reese Witherspoon found the book, picked it up, decided to make a movie about it. While she decided to make a movie about it, there was all of this controversy about the author because her and her husband were... like wanted for questioning in a murder.
Oh.
Basically in Africa of like a poacher. And because they're like very anti-poaching and whatever, which cool, anti-poaching is good, but like don't like go and kill somebody over it. And then similarly on their website, I won't go into too much detail because it actually is a little bit triggering racial, like it's like a racially insensitive thing of them to say, but they had a lot of like really racially insensitive comments about like Africa and saying that it was like that they should like use population control there in Africa because like there's too many people and like too many, I think, quote unquote savages, they said. So it was like a big thing and everybody was kind of like, this lady's problematic. Like, why are we giving her
like,
a bajillion dollars to make this movie? So I was very clearly opposed to going to see the movie. I never saw it. I heard it was just okay anyways. But so I don't even know how he got started. Oh, because Taylor Swift did the song for it. But everybody was saying like, Taylor, don't do this. Like you're aligning yourself with people that are problematic. And she was like, I don't care. I'm doing it anyways.
I don't care. Reese Witherspoon asked me.
Right.
Yeah.
And same with Reese Witherspoon. Like, where is the accountability there, Reese? What are you doing, girl? So that was that. But anyways, back to the private jets.
Yeah, private jets. I guess.
If them never using a private jet
Uber
again.
Pool.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Take
be a regular
Uber
girl.
Pool. Lift lines back.
Did you ever watch Succession?
Yes.
So it reminded me of the scene when like Jerry's like, they want to take the private planes, and Roman's like, fuck no, they're not taking the fucking planes. No. That's what it reminded me of.
I mean, truthfully, because I am like, if I had a private jet,
Yeah, you would use it.
I would.
Yeah, of course.
Like I would.
Of course.
I would.
Of course you would. But I think like throw everybody a bone. Travel regular. Fly commercial.
Never.
See how it's like for the regular
Imagine
people.
Celebrities are just like us.
They're just like us. So that was that. I think they really need to lower your emissions, people. The planet is dying.
I know. I keep thinking as we've been in this like 10-day heat wave.
I was just going to say, you can't handle any hotter.
I keep thinking of that meme, or not meme, but like Instagram post that was like, this might be your coldest summer.
Yeah, you can't live like that.
I will die.
No, I know.
I will literally die if it gets hotter than this.
No, you won't. You won't make it.
I won't make it.
Nope.
I literally won't be able to.
So celebrities, chill with the private jet usage, or Mike won't make it.
I know.
Everybody just...
And I spend a lot of money on stuff.
Yeah, that's true. All right, next up, in terms of other problematic people, we have apparently Travis Scott is doing a residency in Vegas. So Travis Scott lands one Road to Utopia Las Vegas residency 1 year after the Astro World tragedy.
I feel like they're just giving these away now.
Anybody's getting a residency.
And like,
I don't want to give Travis Scott a redemption
does
arc.
he even have enough music to do a residency?
No.
Like, I get like Adele getting one because she's like our Celine Dion. So like it makes sense. Like people like
wow, that's such a nice way to put it. She is our Celine Dion.
Like I get it. Like we're going there to see her sing. That's it. Britney Spears, I get she is a pop icon. Cher having residency. Elton John, like those are legends.
Yes.
I do not equate him in the same category.
No, and this is
Like
Kris
even
Jenner.
Katy Perry having a residency is like a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah, because she's like newer onto the scene.
Yeah.
Not that Adele's not too, but like, but I know what you mean. But I just think this is Kris Jenner puppeteering a.
Well, I think Kris Jenner leaked Taylor Swift's jet info.
You do?
I feel like how'd it go from Kylie being problem number one to Taylor Swift in 48 hours?
Wait, that's so true. I never even thought about that.
Then suddenly it was like Taylor is actually the biggest jet user. Kris Jenner had her hands in that. Not a doubt in my mind.
Wait, you're actually so right. I never even thought about that. Wow. You're good like that. You're always seeing the big picture.
Yeah, Kris.
I'm not.
Kris did something.
I'm so naive. I'm like,
yeah. What a weird coincidence. Like, no.
First Kylie, now Taylor.
It's a coincidence with a K.
Oh my God, you're so right. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, Kris did that.
Kris really did that. And you know what? Kris did this too. Kris really, she did. Kris, I'm so upset. I can't believe I never even thought about that. Kris manufactured this Travis Scott redemption arc, like trying to make him seem like, you know, he's doing something good. And apparently in March, he said he's taken time to grieve, reflect, and do my part to heal my community. Okay, well.
Yeah, but doesn't he still have to like pay mad money?
Prove it.
Maybe. Yeah, I just don't care about him enough. And like the whole Astro World of it all, like.
It's just so sickening to me.
It's so gross and like so like sad that like there was just like I feel
and
like
it was so glazed. Oh
yeah. Like I just feel like people have just been like, oh, like almost like.
And I feel like they could have very easily on this season of the Kardashians, like. So they could have talked. I really do think that they could have made themselves look a lot better with it.
I have a feeling that like. Just because they are so PR focused that I do think that like that was a lane they went down, but I do think like to cover their ass with the open lawsuits, like they couldn't. And like if it wasn't
you must be right.
Like still ongoing, I do think we would have gotten like that behind the scene with like a Kylie crying confessional about what happened.
Yeah.
Like I they would have wanted to give us that.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And so I think like it was just a bigger that they didn't, but I don't think it was like them trying to be like sneaky. I think it was just like, we can't.
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
Which is why I think we got so delayed on getting the Hulu show anyways.
Yeah. And I think a big part of the Residency is like, you know that at Vegas, like it's going to be a safe, like, but that's what I'm saying. Like people who do residencies, like Adele, like people who nobody's like moshing in their audience.
I just don't know, like, because I also feel like people like the Residency thing. It's like because there's such big artists that go, like it is like people are going like solely for that. And I just can't picture people being like, I want to go to a Travis Scott residency this weekend. Let's book our trip.
So I think we'll definitely see how he definitely has a dedicated fan base. I'm interested to see how it turns out, like how that.
Oh, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see the premiere on Kardashians.
Yeah.
I love when they're going to a concert.
Yeah.
That's probably why they got the residency, because they don't have Kanye anymore.
Yeah, that is so true.
So they need that like all wear black and stand like right on the bar.
Stand stoically and just watch. Mm-hmm. So I'll be interested to see how the ticket sales for that goes. Speaking of ticket sales, this is not a topic of ours, but...
Funny girl?
Yeah. Yeah, of course. I mean, we have to bring it back every week. Beanie's last show.
I was sad.
Yeah.
I was sad seeing it.
It was sad.
When she
grabbed that girl's hand.
I know, the TikTok girl.
Yeah. The girl
we'll post the video, but like there was this girl who basically like is she chorus?
She's like, I think she's like a background what do you call that? Ensemble. Yeah. I think she's like an ensemble member.
Yeah.
And she's all over TikTok. She used to be in Hamilton first.
Yep. And then she was on Moulin Rouge.
Such a Hamilton girl.
Her, clearly.
Yeah.
So like she has been like really big behind the scenes on TikTok for Funny Girl, and she did like a kind of countdown to Beanie's last show, and like would like do like putting her hand out because like Beanie walks past her for her bow, and Beanie grabbed her hand.
Yeah.
Ugh, it was so.
But where was Jane Lynch? I didn't see her in the bow.
I didn't see her
She must
either.
have been. Maybe she left already. Actually.
She might have. Did you see Sarah Paulson like said in People like that she has so much admiration for Beanie, and there's no words that she can like equate to talk about her Funny Girl experience.
Wow, no, I didn't see that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so
that ties back into Monica Lewinsky. We're very on
just
theme.
more people coming out as Team Beanie.
Yeah, well, the ticket sales, the tickets, money talks. You can be a fan of Beanie. I'm not saying she's not talented. I'm saying she couldn't sell the venue.
That's fine.
Leah Michelle Can, her opening night numbers are like through the roof.
For those of you who are audio only, I'm rolling my eyes like you've never seen before.
Yeah, you're giving very Mercedes energy.
So true. All right, anyways. So next topic, we want to talk about the crazy shift of Taylor Armstrong joining the Real Housewives of Orange County.
Bravo just continues to be gay Avengers. It just like, there is just no other way to say it. Like the Housewives, they literally are my Avengers. And Taylor, Bravo did a couple things wrong. First of all, they tell us in like a People exclusive that Taylor is coming to Orange County.
Okay, but back it up. You need to explain to the people.
Oh, so Taylor
Armstrong. She's the lady from the cat meme where she's yelling at the cat like this.
And she was an OG of Beverly Hills on 2 seasons. She like has a horrific background story. So if you never watched Beverly Hills, I'll give you like a quick lowdown. She was in this crazy abusive relationship that like got unraveled on season 2, her second season, with Brandy's first season, and they kind of go head to head because basically at the
How do you feel about Brandy? We'll have to talk about that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So at the reunion, basically Taylor has to write a memoir because her husband unalived himself after it got exploited, like how abusive he was to her. And she had to write a book about it, and Brandy's like, you couldn't like wait more than like 6 months. But like basically we find out later during Ultimate Girls Trip season 2 that just aired on Peacock that she was like, I was left with no money, I got an advance in my deal to keep my kid in private school. Like, this is what I had to do. It wasn't because, like,
Right.
I'm
It
trying to
wasn't like an
exploit a
exploitation thing.
situation.
Yeah.
Like,
It was a survival
I'm a
technique.
mother.
Right.
And, like, that's what I have to do. And, like, do you, Taylor? And so then she's always been buddied with like Tamara and Vicky, and Tamara is making her return back to the OC, which is great. I'm really excited for Taylor. As of right now, she's a friend of.
Okay, yeah, I did see that.
But all of that, like, could change.
But so now she's not just rejoining Beverly Hills. She is the
she's
first
the
ever.
first one to flip zip codes.
Yes, so she is now going
from
to Orange County.
Diamond to Orange.
To Orange.
And it is iconic. And it's really, like, I think it's going to open doors for a lot. I think there's now potential to see Cynthia Bailey, who was an Atlanta housewife who now lives in Beverly Hills, and she knows Kyle from Ultimate Girlship season 1, and they had a little tension, so that would be fun to see. She knows Garcelle.
And Andy made the funniest comment on Watch What Happens Live. He said, and
About Jill?
I have it here in front of me. He said, in unrelated news, Jill Zarin is a former New York housewife, but she's just one of those people. She just has her little hands in everything.
Yep.
So it says, in unrelated news, Jill Zarin is closing on new homes in Potomac, New Jersey, Beverly Hills, Orange County, Atlanta, Miami, Dubai, and Salt Lake City.
I died. Well, because I heard Jill is not on Legacy.
Really?
Yep. Which I am shocked.
That's juicy.
I'm shocked. So, not like, if you're not a Bravo girlie, I don't know how you found us, but basically, Real Housewives of New York is getting broken apart into two. We went on a Rahoney loss for the last year, and now they're redoing Real Housewives of New York, and they're giving us Real Housewives Legacy, which is going to be like a spinoff of only OGs, and giving a younger, more diverse cast on New York, which I'm excited about.
Yeah,
like we've talked about this a couple times.
That part, yeah.
But Legacy contracts have just started to go out because it's supposed to be filming in September. So no one knows the confirmed cast. Right now, Luann and Sonia are filming their Simple Life show, but rumored they're both going to be on. Bethany's been hashtagging a lot on TikTok.
She's been everywhere on TikTok. She is. She's all over the place.
I don't know what that says.
She's just so brash. Like, that's what I love about her. Like, mention it all. Like, that's one of my favorite things.
Bethany.
No, I like Bethany too.
Bethany a lot.
My mom is like very anti-Bethany, which, like, that's showbiz, but I just like her. I think she's always just been very unafraid of who she is.
Yep.
Like, I love when she's doing, if you've never seen her TikTok, she does these like little videos where she's like, pulls out products and she's like, this one, shit, and like throws it. It's so funny. She really cracks me up.
She does make me laugh. I mean, it just sucks because, like, I think Bethany is such a strong housewife, but she is not strong on her own. Which is like why like all of her things, like, they want to build around her, but she just can't hold court like she does within a group of women like that.
Right.
But on the flip side, my girl Teresa is getting her first spin off, which she's needed for years. And we are getting a 4-episode wedding special, and the wedding's this weekend.
Cool. How long will the wedding last, do you think?
Forever.
Oh, really?
Until he goes to jail, because I think he's linked to the Jen Shah of it all, is what I heard.
Really?
His company like has some overlying same data sharing stuff.
Wait, that's juicy.
Is what I've read on like a couple blind items.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, only time will tell.
But,
I mean, she can't, Teresa, girl, like, you're going to get involved with another man who's going to go to jail. Are you going to go to jail for another man? Like,
she
what?
won't. She's not tied to this. But I can't wait. And from what I'm hearing, she's not in any of the scuttle for this upcoming season. I heard it's Margaret.
Yeah, well, she's probably not in the scuttle because she's been a raging.
I'm just saying
I can't say, but she's been awful for the past couple seasons.
This is going to be a Teresa. I'm hoping it's a nice walk in the park as a Teresa stan, and only time will tell.
Every day it gets harder and harder for you to be a Teresa stan, and you just hold the line.
And you know what? God gives his toughest battles to his strongest
soldiers.
warrior. Yeah, it's
That's
hard.
so true. Okay, well, yeah, no, I'm happy for Taylor. I think that's a good move for her.
I do too. I think it'll be great. I think it's gonna give OC what they thought they gave with Heather.
Yes, and I think I think some shakeups are due. Like, I like that this move can happen now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I like that it can
potentially Phaedra on Dubai.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
That would be awesome. I think that's the problem with Dubai, because like I haven't been watching it. Like I'm like too behind. I think no one is likable enough to keep, or funny enough to keep me coming back.
Nobody's realistic enough. Like at least like everybody else has a little bit of realism to them.
Yeah,
not everybody, but most people.
I try to go in like with these housewives shows. Like most season ones are like kind of meh, except for Salt Lake. Like Salt Lake was just.
Salt Lake was so good.
You smell like hospital. Like how can you get better than a premiere episode?
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you.
Throwing a birthday party for Meredith and making it all about your culture. Right. Iconic.
No, you're right.
Iconic.
I am so fascinated. No, I'm gonna miss the drama that she brings. Like I really am. Like the one when she was it Coach Shaw's birthday when she like threw the glass.
When she throws the glass and she's dressed up in Beyonce like Black Panther outfit. Yeah.
Oh my God. We're never gonna get that again.
Never. She's going to jail for such a long time.
She's going to jail for so long.
So long. Ugh.
Jen Cha, stop taking pictures of yourself. You're going to jail.
I know. She really is.
She's going. No, she's not going to jail. Like she's going to prison.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to prison.
Locked up. Like not even the cute jail Teresa went to.
No, and not even like Martha Stewart prison. Like she's going to
That's where Teresa went.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
You would know that.
Yeah, the Orange is the New Black jail.
Oh, yeah. What's it called?
I don't know. Oh, and I don't know.
I thought it was. I don't know.
I just know it's the one in Connecticut. The same exact one that is.
Oh yeah, no. Jen Cha's going to a real jail.
Jen Cha is going to like.
Jen Cha's going to prison.
Yeah, prison, and not even like a fun one in like Chicago. There will be no cell block tango. None.
No. Oh, no cell block tango. That was a good.
Maybe
reference.
we should get on like Love After Lockup though. Like maybe we should get on one of those like TLC prison shows. That would be fun.
Do you think? Coach will stay with her?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think he will stay with her.
I don't think he will either.
But we'll see.
God. I'm gonna like write to her.
Hey, Jen. Hope you're doing well.
I know. I'm so sad because that's like, she follows my account. That's like a good follow.
Yeah, that's true.
A legit one.
I know. Has she posted anything since the sentencing?
She'll do stories, but she hasn't posted, like, I don't think anything really.
Wow. Well, I'm interested to see how that all plays out.
I know.
That's for sure. All right, next story. Chrissy Teigen is pregnant again nearly 2 years after tragic loss of baby. So a little trigger warning here if you are... if you need that, we're going to be talking about Chrissy Teigen's lost pregnancy and her current pregnancy. So
Baby Jack,
that was like so sad because I really feel like, and that was before her semi-cancellation.
I love Chrissy Teigen. I know that's such an unpopular opinion now. I
have always been a really big fan. I did have to take a step back and be like, okay, like she is problematic. Like, and has done problematic things. But like her stuff in her cookbooks, like I'm not even kidding you. I own all of her cookbooks. There's one recipe that we literally just call Chrissy Teigen pasta in my house. And it is so good. It's actually not even funny. But
I'm not even mad at her for those tweets.
Which ones?
The one about the child bride.
Oh, I mean, listen, the way that I look at it is like we're all acting with more information that we know now than we did back then.
Right.
Like it was a different time.
I'm always going through my Twitter and like searching things to like, because I'm always prepped for when I become famous. That like,
yeah, of course.
That would be like my first, I would be canceled. I know that. So like I always, like I'm trying to be ahead of it.
Yeah.
And like I always do like a deep dive. Like if I can't sleep and I'll just go through.
Well, that's like, you would think that she would have had somebody. That's my one gripe about it all. Like, why didn't you, like, you should have been better than that.
And that's like when people like go on reality TV shows, like these game shows or like a Big Brother or Survivor, and then they get exposed like the day they're I'm like, how did you not go through? How did you not see this casting calls for The Circle, and I was like already going through.
Wait, you would have been so good on The Circle.
I was almost on it.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Season 2.
Can you apply again?
Yeah, but like I'll tell you what I was going to do off camera because like I get why I didn't make it to the final round, but I was going to play as my friend Olivia. We went through a couple rounds of casting. They loved us. Our next thing was like meet the Netflix team.
Yeah.
And then 2020 like took a turn, and I was like, yeah, we're not getting on. And like we realized that why.
Wow.
But yeah.
That's sad.
But
yeah,
even like I was actively going through my
about
stuff.
to be a D-list celebrity.
Yeah, I was like, what? Like,
let me make sure that I didn't like say something like
and I've had Twitter since 2009.
Right.
I'm like
and like it's not like you were out here being like racist or saying awful things like that, but comments that like, it's like, you look at Glee, right? There's so many things that they said on Glee, like just the Josh Groban, who is Josh Groban? Like, just things like that do not fly now.
Do you know how many tweets I have about Melissa Gorga that like I've gone and like, cause like I watched Housewives and would live tweet it. Like that's how far back I go. And I'd be like horrible things because they were fighting with Teresa. Like, that I've had to go and delete now.
That's a little bit of delusion on your part, but we'll get into that. We don't have, can we get a therapist in here to discuss? But anyways, so, but the only thing that left me with a bad taste in my mouth was the stuff with that journalist where she had said like some awful things to them.
I don't even think I know that one.
Yeah, you'd have to look it up because I don't remember now off the top of my head. But that was the one thing that I was like, ooh, you make me feel kind of yucky when you do that. But either way, I think she is one of those people who she needed to take a step back from the spotlight and just kind of like decenter herself, humble herself a little bit. And I think for the most part, she did do that.
I miss the kids' content though.
Yeah. But I also think, I mean, and that's another thing that we can get into, but I think there's like a reckoning coming with that, with people realizing like how crazy it is to be like monetizing your children on the internet. Not that she was doing that because she was so rich she didn't have to. But I mean, like all these TikTok people who it's like, they're like monetizing their children. It just gives me like a weird pit in my stomach. I'm like,
really? Because I can't wait to do that for my sisters, like, and my nieces and nephews. I like tell us all the time. I'm like, I can't wait for you to have a kid so I can make them a star and ride off of that.
Yeah, but that's different because then it's like maybe the kid wants to be famous, but these kids, it's like they're like little babies and they're like doing, I don't know. It's just
I don't know. I think for me, like when there's a celebrity I really, really like for example, I'm obsessed with Snooki.
Love Snooki.
Her kids, I'm like, those are my nieces and nephews. Like, I love them. Like Sissy, I'm obsessed with her. She's so cute. And I loved the middle child for Chrissy and John Legend that they call Bear, the little boy, the son. I loved him. He was so
Miles,
cute.
Miles.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
I just like that she calls him Little Bear.
Yeah, Miles, he is very cute. He looks just like John Legend.
Yeah, so cute.
But no, I am happy for them. But it was really sad to watch what she went through before because like I feel like we were literally watching it like in real time. Like, and so that's why I feel like she's being a little bit more private this time. But also because I feel like she did take a step back and be like, I'm so all over the internet all the time. Like I need to really take a step back. So I'm glad that she like took that time to like focus on her family and become like a degular girl. Like, not that she's regular at all because she's still like a multi-millionaire, but
no, I think she needed it. I think
I
like
totally
she
agree.
needed to protect her peace. I think because I
and, like
also
her sobriety journey, like she's been sober now
for a year.
Yeah.
No,
and just like always fighting with the trolls on the internet. Like
I love her.
So I'm happy for them. I don't know. She didn't say that if she knows what she's having or not, but she looks pretty far along. But maybe she just didn't find out this time.
And she looks dead good in that picture.
Yeah, that was a great picture of her. She looks awesome. All right, we're coming to the end here. So there's obviously no story about this, but we just wanted to talk about everybody's favorite non-television series that's coming back, the one and the only Alabama Rush.
Yes. Oh my God.
And Mike
season two.
Mike has a shocking confession for you all.
I don't know if it's like that shocking.
It's shocking.
What, that I was in a fraternity?
Yeah.
I know. Well, you know
Mike
what?
was a frat boy.
I was a frat boy, but honestly, like we've talked about this, I think, off the pod, but like I was very big into Tumblr, and my Tumblr aesthetic, I needed to be in a fraternity to like embody that.
Explain.
Well, my Tumblr was keepcalmandsparion.tumblr.com. So that tells you a lot. Like it was like a very much like preppy. I'm gonna go look it up. It's like not as what it was in like early 2010s, but it was like a very much like a preppy themed blog.
That makes sense.
I like had like 10,000 followers on. I was a Tumblr girl. Like
I knew that personally.
Have you ever hit the Tumblr rebog limit?
No.
Oh, I've hit it at like when I'd like be up all night on it, just like scrolling and reblogging. I've hit it at like that I couldn't use it the whole day because I reblogged too much.
Okay, well. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've
always been like addicted to the internet.
Yeah, me too. It started with AIM and I never let go.
Mine
I was always
AIM
like
and
changing
MySpace.
my profile. MySpace is why I know how to code.
Were you allowed to have MySpace? I feel like you wouldn't.
No, I was. I'm the youngest of 3. So like, and my siblings are much older than me. So by the time it got to me, it was kind of just like, just you'll be okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, but they were using that stuff. So I was like, if they are using it, I'm using it too.
Yeah, I loved MySpace.
I'm and hearts, semicolon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a coder. Girls who code.
Oh yeah, girls who code. Women in STEM.
Women in STEM. So anyways, back to the frat of it all.
Yes.
Mr.
So
Frat Boy.
I was a frat boy.
Can you tell us what frat or no?
Yeah, I was in Sigma Chi.
Sigma Chi, baby.
So
Woo-hoo!
one of the big ones. I was actually vice president my senior year.
Wow. Does that look good on a resume?
I feel like if I was like going into like a more male dominated profession, not media where it's like me and all women,
right.
Like it doesn't hold the
right, because nobody else is what is it, a Sigma Chi?
Yeah,
nobody else is a Sigma Chi in your industry.
Yeah, no one's in Sigma Chi and
nobody else is a Delta
paid
Nu.
advertising. Yeah, and what else? I got to go to like this crazy like leadership retreat in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Are you serious?
Yep, I stayed
with all the Sigma Chis
from all across the country, and I represented my chapter.
Wow.
Yeah, and then we did a leadership retreat. Everyone who's like on e-board, which is like executive position. So like I was vice president or pro-consul. And we went to Ball State in Muncie, Indiana for like...
You did not go to Muncie, Indiana.
Yep, I've been to Muncie, Indiana. I've never seen so much corn in my entire life. And I drove there. We drove.
You didn't.
Yep, me... and 3 of my other frat brothers, we drove from Bridgewater, Mass. to Muncie, Indiana. And it actually was like this time last year, like not last year, like 5 years ago.
Oh my God, I was going to say
it just came up and we were all supposed to like rotate driving like every 4 hours. And I got so stoned on like our first leg there that I like slept till Ohio. And then once we got to Ohio, I then slept in our hotel room. And then I had to drive us all the way into Ball State because like I skipped on every piece of driving. Yes, the first
That sounds
leg.
like you.
Yeah, I was like, I will kill us. I'll fall asleep.
Oh my God.
But yeah, did that.
So talk about the Rush experience. So
here's the whole thing. Like New England Greek life and Southern Greek life is like apples to oranges.
Oh, I bet.
Like we are such a joke. And no offense, but like Bridgewater, Mass. It's not like I went to like a big school like where like I need to do Greek life. I joined Greek life because like my freshman year I didn't. And then my sophomore year was like when I rushed first semester. And like I liked it because like I played sports in high school. So like going from like that structure to nothing my freshman year, I was like wild. Like I got 2 strikes my first year, like almost couldn't live on campus.
Oh my God.
I just went like, I had no rules.
You went a little crazy, yeah.
So like, not
Most
that like
people do.
joining to answer my problem, like, joining a fraternity, which is like, has that whole stereotype of like drinking, whatever. But we partied, but like, I liked like the structure. I liked like, the philanthropy part of it. Like our big thing we were partnered with was like the Huntsman Cancer Institute in Utah. So like those things were fun. Like, so there are some good things, but it is like, I didn't like feel like I was paying for friends, but like, I like Rush is fun.
Yeah.
I like being like, I would say I would have been a better sorority girl.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Than like a actual frat bro.
Yeah. Yeah, that tracks to me.
But I love Alabama Rush. Although I'm pissed because so like the big thing right now is they're not really allowed to post the PNMs, which is a potential new member.
Wow, thanks. I didn't know that. I always just thought that I just was going with
the
PNMs.
The PNMs are like discouraged from posting, and I do think
and it could like disqualify them
from a top tier house.
Really?
And something I read, it's kind of like almost like because a lot of those first girls all kind of became influencers.
Yeah.
It's like going to The Bachelor for the wrong reasons.
So true. Oh my gosh.
Uh-huh. And like if I were a girl in 2022 rushing a sorority, my goal would be to become an influencer. I'd be rushing for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah. I mean, of course.
1,000%.
Yeah. For the fame and the fortune.
Mm-hmm. But my favorite, she's not at Rush Week right now because she has an internship and a job.
Oh, what's her?
Dolly Parton wannabe.
Dolly Parton wannabe.
Love
Yeah,
her.
I saw that.
Ally. Love her.
Yeah, I did see that. But I actually, the other day I was looking, not to make it all about me, but I was looking for an outfit for Harry Styles.
Did you go through the Rush?
No, well, I went to look at the pants store because everybody's always talking about pants store at Rush. And they're like, my shirt is from Pants Store. I'm like, what is Pants Store? But anyway, so I looked it up. It's this store in Alabama, but it's not just pants. Spoiler alert for you all, but it's like actually cute stuff. I was thoroughly impressed with all of the stuff from the pants store. And it's pretty reasonably priced too. Like it wasn't.
Are you going to order something?
Yeah, probably.
I love that. You know what I also, when someone broke down like terminology, I didn't know last year was had to have it was not a store.
Yeah.
Like they're just saying like had to have it.
No, it is a store.
No, is it a store?
Yeah, I just had to have it. Yeah.
Oh, it is
Hold on.
I don't think it's a store. I think a girl said no, it's not a store. It's just them saying like I just had to have it.
No, I don't think so.
I feel like yeah, the pants store I knew was a store. Just had to have it, not have an e-tail business.
Hold on.
I also love when they were like, jewelry, just regular.
It's literally a website. I just have to have it.com. And it's like cute.
Is it a cute boutique? Oh, then yeah, it's a real store.
So yeah, it is a real store.
So the girl on TikTok, you can't believe everything you see on the internet.
So true. Not everything on the internet is correct. But this website, I've never looked at this website before. But
it's very Princess Polly.
Yes, but like a little pricier.
Yeah, well, that's Southern money.
So true. But yeah, I'm interested to see how.
I'm hoping through all of the.
But I've been fine with the content from the girls that are already in.
Zeta's. Yeah. I want to rush Zeta.
Of course you do.
I love all their themes. They just did a Barbie theme, and then the other day, yesterday, they were like, "We're taking a day off," and I had a pool party.
Yeah,
those are my type of girls.
The only three that I know, or the only couple that I know, are like the Zetas, the Tri-Delts.
Yep.
Kyo.
AD Pie. Phi Mu.
No, you lost me after that. If you, based off of your knowledge, because you obviously know more than I do, if I were in a sorority, which one would I be in?
It's hard because they're all like schools have different chapters. Yeah. So like what's a top tier at Alabama could be like low tier somewhere else. So it's like not apples to oranges, but I feel like you'd be like an AD Pie.
Okay.
That's Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
That's what she's in.
I always kind of resonated. I don't know. Couple girls that I knew growing up were Kyos.
I think I would be a Kyo or an Alpha Phi, and they tend to be more of the mean girls.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Because my friend...
In the South, you mean?
And up north. Here? My friend Jacqueline was in one in URI, and she was like, we were the mean girl sorority, and my friend Sophia was in it at BU. In one of those, and she was like, yeah, we were the mean girls. I was like, see, that's exactly where I would be drawn.
Yeah, see, I don't think I would be, not that I'm not mean, because I have my mean side, but I think I'd be more of like maybe like a Tri-Delt then.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what any of them really mean. I'm just assuming now. But that's that. Anything else to add about Bama Rush?
No, well, if there's any breakout stars, I will be sure to. Nobody's
been commenting more on all of this than, if any, I don't know if anybody's seen, but the UCLA housing, like they comment on every single TikTok. It's actually so funny.
I love that a brand now is like, the same kind of way I go into TikTok commenting. Yeah. I want to be the most liked comment.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
Yeah. To get that little bit of status there. Mm-hmm. I just put this on the Google Doc, so you might not be prepared to talk about this. I put it on a little while ago. We don't have to talk about it. Just wanted to throw it in there. But what's with all this drama with the HBO Max of it all?
Oh my God. I was going to add, so I'm happy you brought this up because HBO Max to me is the #1 streaming service. I watch everything on it. I love
Like what?
all their original programming, Hacks,
Oh, yeah.
Sex Life of College Girls, Gossip Girl.
Is Succession that?
No, that's an HBO show, but you can watch it. But like
Okay.
Sex Life of College Girls is an HBO Max exclusive.
Yes, okay.
The new Pretty Little Liars, I love. We're supposed to be getting a Degrassi reboot. That
Ooh.
was going to be HBO
Yeah.
Max only. And so basically, I didn't know Warner Brothers merged with Discovery. Like, I want to say last year.
Yeah, that sounds
or
right.
earlier this year, I heard about it. Maybe
Yeah.
like in like Q1.
Right.
And so
Q1.
in media terms.
I can't.
So I assumed that like Discovery Plus was just going to be like integrated into HBO Max because HBO Max is a higher subscription rate.
Yes. Yep.
It's more premium. Like it feels more premium than Discovery Plus.
Yeah.
Like who the fuck is watching Property Brothers like that?
No.
Like who? I
Not
only
me.
bought Discovery Plus to watch Trixie Mattel flip a motel in Palm Springs. That's
Oh, I haven't watched that, but it's on my list.
You'll love it.
Okay,
Oh
I'll have
my
to-
God, you'll love it. You'll
Okay.
love it.
I'll have to get. Why I say it
Because
like
like some of the rooms like are just like very Harry Styles vibes.
Oh.
Like, every room's different. You'll
Love.
love it. You'll love it.
There's big drama with Harry Styles too, but we might have to save that for next
that's
week.
next
We'll see.
week.
We want to see how that plays out before I make a comment.
So with that, HBO Max has like kind of paused all unscripted new shows. Rumored they're laying off 70% of their writers.
Wow.
They're pausing. So they were kind of like what Disney Plus is doing for Marvel. They were trying to emulate for DC and now suddenly have just stopped. Like Batgirl movie was supposed to come out. That's done. And it was going to have the first like Latina Batgirl with what's his fucking name? He was the original Batman.
Michael Keaton?
Yes. Was playing Batman.
How did I know that? That was weird.
Yeah. And that was like 97% done and now it's shelved. And can't
Really?
get sold to another network. So like we're never gonna see it. And there was a bunch of other things that like were supposed to come out that was like gonna like basically create like a Batman multiverse that like is now being like cut.
Yeah. That's kind of sad.
It is sad. And like we don't know, like we're supposed to find out today like what shows are like basically making it into the merger and what's getting cut.
Wow. Well, fascinated to see what happens with that because that's
Me fucking too, because like there are some shows like I tweeted, I was like, I will January 6th, the Warner Brothers parking lot.
Michael. Oh my God. No, but I think it'll be interesting to see like what they end up doing because I think a lot of people will be pissed.
Yeah, like people are pissed. Like people are pissed. I mean, Netflix and Disney are, I'm sure, like flipping out because like that was their biggest competition, and they're literally watching itself implode right in front of us.
Yeah. Wow.
And like of Hollywood execs that
That's
like
too
we're
bad.
in like unprecedented times. If they're cutting this movie that was 97% done, they just had to do like 1 or 2 reshoots.
Yeah, that costs like millions and millions
Yeah, like
of dollars.
180 million, and they were like,
There's got to be a bigger story there.
So
The cynic in me thinks.
I did hear it flopped in
Really?
first views. That like did not get good fan reaction.
Hmm.
But like, who cares? Put it on You're good. Like, what world are we like that? Like Morbius, that fucking horrible movie with Jared Leto,
yeah,
where
yeah.
he's like basically Dracula, flopped so hard, and they put it into theaters twice. And we're not going to see Batman or Batgirl.
Yeah.
Where
I think
like
that's
it's
a good
like
point.
fully
That's what I'm
represented.
saying. Yeah, I think there's something else going on there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm interested to see what happens because now there's all kinds of controversy surrounding the Don't Worry Darling movie, the Harry Styles, Olivia Wilde, Florence Pugh movie. Everybody's been talking about that. So I don't know. I tried to do research, but I had a busy week, so I couldn't. We couldn't make it a story because I couldn't read enough into it. But people were saying that Florence Pugh was mad that like Harry and Olivia ended up together, and people were like,
Well,
"Why
yeah, because
are you?"
she cheated on him. That's why she's mad.
That Olivia cheated on Harry?
Cheated.
No, Olivia cheated on Sudeikis.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's why she's mad.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But that makes sense. People were saying that it's because like she's jealous of Olivia and Harry. And it's like, don't reduce Florence to that.
Yeah, she's not jealous.
She's not jealous. She has a conscience.
Yeah, she's like, where.
I'm never going to say a bad word about Harry Styles, so don't try to get me to do that. I blame Olivia in all of this, but I'm also not.
Women blaming women.
Yeah. I support women's rights, but I also support women's wrongs.
Yeah. Well, more to come there, for sure.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see what happens. We'll see, because now people are saying, boycott, don't worry, darling. But a lot of it is just the crazy Harry fans. I say as if I'm not a crazy Harry fan. But the crazy Harry fans who, like, are saying, like, don't see it because they don't support their relationship. So, I don't know. I don't know what the truth is.
Sick.
But Dumois says that and not that I'm saying that Dumois is always the voice of reason, but they're pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Dumois said, one, that they're engaged, two, that like they're not, maybe it started as a PR relationship, but it's not that now. That's what they're saying.
No.
But it's going to be interesting because we had reported actually here on the show that Florence and
she hadn't
Harry
posted.
but they were supposed to walk the red carpet together at the Venice Film Festival, I want to say. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
And it had been reported that they were all going to walk together, and now it's being reported that none of them are going to walk together. So, and
she hasn't posted
Florence
yet.
hasn't posted anything about the movie at all. So there is definitely trouble in paradise. And I read like on a blind item somewhere that Olivia was like fuming somewhere. But you know what?
And then she made those posts that was like, Florence is like my girl, bestie, sister.
Yeah, trying to make it seem like things were fine with her and Florence.
There's a TikTok account that basically this one girl will reenact blind items that she gets about like people who are like executive assistants or like personal assistants on sets. And there was one I saw about that whole movie.
Yeah.
And how
I also heard Olivia was a nightmare on the set.
Yep. I heard she was a horror. I heard, and this.
It's Helena. It's horror.
Yeah. I heard it was bad.
Yeah. I also heard that it was bad. So.
The movie looks good though.
The movie does look good. But then people were saying that there was like a lot of sensitive content in the movie, which, I mean, obviously it's a thriller. So I don't know what's going to happen.
So sensitive.
I'm not big into thrillers anyways, but like I probably will see it unless, you know, more information comes out.
Yeah, that sounds really scary.
It does sound really scary. Shut up. I hate you. No, but it sounds, I want to hear from Florence. I don't want to hear from Harry. I don't want to hear from Olivia.
Imagine
I want to
Florence like wins an Oscar for this.
Oh my God, imagine.
Imagine.
But people are saying that it's a flop, but I heard from other people that it was a bop. But I'm telling you, I think it's just people saying that so that like Olivia looks bad. And I'm not saying she should look great, but I think it's a lot of Harry people who want Harry and Olivia to break up.
People
who
are
saying that.
Sick and twisted.
People are sick and twisted.
Before we end.
Yeah.
Britney Spears and Elton John.
Oh, I know.
Weird. This is the very chaotic episode.
This is a very chaotic episode. They said, Beyonce, we see what you've done for the gays and we raise you.
Yeah. And Paris Hilton said it's iconic. She's already heard it.
Okay. Well, that sounds
and
absolutely
it's rumored
incredible.
The 12th or the
12th of August?
Or the week after.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I'm excited for that. I think it'll be really good.
I can't wait. I can already hear her in my voice singing it. I
miss her. I feel like we haven't had a Britney song in so long.
I know.
We deserve this.
We deserve.
I'm happy
and
for
on
us.
that note, you deserve too.
Yeah, you deserve it. You all deserve it. Whatever it is that you want to do after this episode, go do it.
Manifest that shit.
Yeah, you deserve it, and you're gonna get it. Everything's gonna be awesome.
What
a little toxic positivity for you to end the episode.
Yeah, I feel like we're like a Peloton coach.
We are. We are. Go.
Now spin that out. Yeah.
Everybody up and out of the saddle. All right, everybody. So we will see you next week. Anything else?
Nope, that was it.
And that's what you missed on Glee. All right, so we'll see you guys next week. Have a great week.
Bye.
Like, subscribe, comment, etc., etc., etc. We love you guys, and we will see you then.